Okay. Friday afternoon traffic in Sea Point, down in the Western Cape. Unfortunately, it looks like the Cape Doctor's blowing a little bit. You can see the trees moving, so it's going to make filming a little bit more difficult outdoors, but we'll get round it. But I'm traveling in style, traveling in luxury in the Kia Carnival. Got my good friend Jason Mayo from Technobok. Jace.
How's it, Alan? Nice to be with you, and what a comfortable, spacious and beautiful car you've brought along.
Oh, well, you know, they indulge me and spoil me when I come down to Cape Town. It's quite amazing, and I've got to say thanks to Mariska from Dion Jabert's. Let's give them a quick commercial while we're about it. And, you know, they look after me, but it's a lekker being down here, and I'm being spoiled. I've got such a cool car. Only two of us in it, but it's such a luxury 7-seater that we're in, the big Kia Carnival, the 2.2 litre diesel, top spec. You just look at the surroundings, you look at everything around us. That 2.2 diesel, 8-speed automatic, that is ultra smooth. The car itself, the smoothness has just stood out to me since I've been driving it. And I've only been driving it since yesterday, but it really is just ultra smooth, plenty of power. And interestingly, I found this quite interesting. I've been averaging something like 7 litres per 100, which I think is quite exceptional considering the size of the vehicle.
Not only is that very impressive, I think the amount of space it offers seems to be incredibly impressive. And just now when we stop, you're going to have to jump into those captain's chairs there and give us a show of what's going on back there.
Two captain's chairs in the middle row, and then the cheap seats right at the back where you've got 3 abreast. Interesting feature as well is there's a sunroof above us, and then there's one for the cheap seats, but the guys in the fancy seats in the middle don't get a sunroof. So I'm a little bit confused by that. But, you know, being harassed by guys at the robots here, I thought this was a Joburg feature, not in Cape Town, that you get arrested every robot, Jason. You know, I mean, we have enough of it in Joburg, really, but I'm on holiday, guys. Please, give me a break. And this is how I spend my holidays. What do they call it? A busman's holiday. I'm working as well. But you know what? It gives me time to meet up with Jason, have a coffee with him, talk cars and more cars.
Which is always great. Yeah, always fantastic to catch up.
A little sort of single topic, but anyway, you know, it doesn't matter. But the big thing about this car, I'm just so impressed by the exceptional spec level, the ultra smoothness, the rotary gear shifter, which we won't say who it could just be copying, but it certainly is fancy. It looks good. Someone else, I think, came out with them first, but I don't think that's the point here, is it?
And look at the fantastic size of the multimedia display.
The screen,
huge,
very big screen, works well. I must tell you, just as an example, the linking of my phone was quick, and also the sound on something like the phone, the sound on the sound system, they're all good.
Apple's CarPlay, Android Auto, all the features rolled in.
You've got a nice cell phone spot there with
wireless
inductive charging. Yeah, so you've got that. They've spec'd this thing to the hilt, eh?
Oh yeah, beautiful really finish as well. The lovely metal trims on the side, on the dash.
So, you know,
leatherwork.
Prices as they are today, you can almost understand that this is worth the money. And I think that's the big thing. But you know something else I've got to say that strikes me so often, and it strikes me with double cabs, with big vehicles like this, is a modern vehicle, it doesn't matter what size it is, they're so easy and light to drive. There's no effort involved. I remember the days where a vehicle of this sort of size, you would have been on the steering wheel, and it would have been a manual, and your left leg would have been aching from the clutch and things like that.
100%. And also I noticed when you put into reverse here, you're also getting all the fancy cameras there, 360 cameras.
And in fact, you've got front view on the camera
front view as well. Obviously the PDC, the park distance control, so no stress getting in and out of tight spaces either.
No, not at all. It's just this car. You've even got flappy paddles on the steering wheel. But you know what? I'm sorry. Why do you need pedals on a vehicle of this sort?
Nice option to have.
Would you really use pedals on this thing? I don't think so. I'm sorry. And I'm being fussy, but that's just my opinion for what it's worth. Jace, thanks.
All right, thanks, Alan. I'm looking forward to seeing you jump into the back in a bit, and let's have a look at what else it offers.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna take the luxury seat in a few minutes. Okay.
Nighttime cruise here when you've got a chauffeur service on hand and a Kia Carnival.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, driver.
Okay, where are you going, sir?
Sitting back here in these captain's chairs, I've got all the space, the leg room, and when you've got a chauffeur service on demand, what's better? This is the Motor Matters taxi of choice at the moment.
Being driven exclusively by Eleanor from Motor Matters. Down in Cape Town, views, the sea. Everybody goes mad about the sea. Well, there it is, right there, because we're in the Clifton area. Excuse me. You do things properly. You want style, you want luxury lifestyle. You also have to be driving a vehicle like this because it matches the lifestyle. Kia Carnival. It's their big MPV in the range. And I mean the word big, because just check this thing out. You come over here down the side, and I grab the key, and let me get it the right way around. I press that button, and hey presto, there we go. I love this for lifestyle. Hop in, because this is the luxury side of life. Comfortable, plenty space. Look at this, armrest both sides. I wish Safair, when I fly back home, would give me this kind of space in the seat that I get on their Boeings, because quite honestly, this is so much more room than Safair bother giving me. But I suppose, what can you do? But you can just see the trim, the finishes, the luxury, the beautiful leather everywhere. Interesting, they give you a 12 volt for the middle row, but I'm not seeing USBs for the middle row, which is quite strange, because I did find USBs for the guys in the cheap seats right at the back. So Kia, what have you done there? Unless I'm missing something, I'm certainly not seeing a USB for this row. Ah, there it is, built into the front seats. I knew it had to be there somewhere. So yes, there are USBs for us here in these seats. And also, very interesting, on the passenger seat over there, it gives you buttons from here to fiddle with the passenger seat and move it forwards, backwards, backrest, to create even more space for the guy that's going to be riding in the middle row. Just picture, basically you can really put your legs up on that side, and that's if you're being chauffeur driven in the true style, which this car is all about. That 2.2 litre diesel engine, 8-speed automatic gearbox, smooth, comfortable. I use the word luxury all the time. This ultimate family bus, ultimate executive shuttle. And I think for myself, I reckon I could get used to a lifestyle where I'll sit in that seat, that one down, and really put my legs up, put my feet up, and enjoy life. Because isn't that what it's about? And hopefully we've all got to a point where we deserve to live that way. Spending my few days holiday in Cape Town, working holiday, but time out, meeting my friends, family, things like that, and then being spoilt by being provided with a vehicle like this by Kia South Africa as a test car for a few days while I'm down here. I reckon it's a pretty good way to spend my time. So you know what I'm going to say to you? I'm going to tell you that for Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. Maybe you'll see me next time. It's what I call stretch out luxury.